What's happening, Blades? So I'm back with a very quick Tottenham preview, and you know the style now. We're not going to break down Tottenham's formation or anything like that. I think these cup games particularly are really hard to predict in terms of what team people are going to put out, how important they take it. Obviously it's FA Cup, it's chance for Tottenham, and chance for us, but chance for Tottenham to win a trophy. Something they famously haven't done for such a long time. But Tottenham are in their own race for top four. Similarly to how we are in terms of our league's main focus for us. Tottenham are in the top four currently, but being chased down by Newcastle. So, and obviously people think Liverpool have picked up now, so that might be a threat later on in season. So their focus will fully be on the league. I appreciate they'll want to win some silverware this season, but the main focus for them will most likely be Champions League football next year. So I think both clubs are in a similar boat, really, where it's great that we're progressing this far in the cup, but it's not the priority for either of us. And for that reason, I don't think they'll field a strong side or a particularly strong side. Can you imagine if Harry Kane gets injured from a robust challenge from Jack Robinson and puts him out 2 months? That's, that completely shatters a lot of their hopes for finishing it top four for me. So it's an interesting one, really, in terms of what team you'd go with. And that's mainly the focus of today's video in terms of what's your team. So this is my team, and for those of you that have watched for a while, it probably won't surprise you. The cup is not my priority, nor is it the club's. I don't think there's any reason to risk Illiman, McBurney, Norwood. Egan's obviously suspended, but to be honest, that's probably a blessing in disguise. We've got Blackburn away at weekend, and that, give me 3 points in that game. I'd rather get done 5-0 here and get 3 points on Saturday. So I've gone with Davis in net. I think more so because obviously Wes is the better keeper. You've very limited chance of picking up an injury, I think, when you're in goal. It's few and far between that you get one during the game. I mean, I don't want to curse that, but for me, it's about keeping Davis sharp. If anything were to happen to Wes, then at least we're getting more games under his belt, and I think he's going to be busy tomorrow night. But he's our cup keeper, isn't he, at minute, if you like. So I've gone with Anel. He's obviously the main first teamer that's in this lineup for me, but he's suspended for the next 2 games. So in terms of fitness and keeping him fresh for Saturday, he's not in contention anyway. So Anel gets in. Kieran Clark's our only option as a like-for-like replacement for Egan. I know Hecky said he'd been down with illness during the week and he didn't train yesterday, but hopefully he's fit enough to come back in. And other one is, I'm going with Robbo. And what I'd like to see here is Robbo maybe get 45. He's probably not as clean as that. He might get 60, and then bring Bash on. And swap Anel's sides. That way Bash gets some minutes in his legs, but it don't properly risk him for Saturday because he's going to be at right centre half on Saturday. I'll be amazed if he isn't. And obviously Robbo doesn't have to play a full 90 here as well with him. Also, he'll be in the lineup for Saturday as well. Baldock has been back in full training, so I'm hoping he's fit enough to start. I love George Baldock, but I don't think Hecky will chuck him straight back into the league, and this is an ideal situation to get him back on the horse, if you like. And Ozzy at left wing back, I thought he did all right when he came on for Max Lowe at the weekend. Good performance from Ozzy. He's certainly not first choice for me, so he slots in nicely at left wing back in this team. And then, as I say, I'm not playing Norwood, I'm not risking our best boys, but I think Koulibaly, I think he's played well whenever we've seen him. Done okay. Tired during the game, but for me, you can bring Arblaster on in a game like this. I'm a fan of Ollie Arblaster. I won't even mind seeing Andre Brooks get a shout. But I've gone with Tommy Doyle. I don't want Tommy Doyle to play at full 90 because I'd like him to be involved at the weekend. But obviously, John Fleck's probably just nudged slightly further in front of him. But again, you can interchange those two for me, whether you want to play Fleck in this game to get more minutes in his legs, and then Doyle starts Saturday. Again, I'm never disappointed to see Tommy in lineup. McAtee, not really played last couple of games. He's coming for Sander in my team here, and he's going to be just behind Billy and Jebbo, who are firmly numbers 3 and 4, and not in that order for me in terms of striking options, but no point risking main boys when we've got promotion games to come, promotion running. So that's my team, and I get that it's majority a second team for me, whilst getting some big boys up to speed like Baldock and Clark, who I'd like to see involved more in first team, particularly Baldock coming back when Bogle's been hot and cold at times. That's my team, as I say. Let me know what you think. Would you rather go for it and continue that winning momentum? I say momentum, we've got one win, but try and start regaining some momentum with wins? Or do you settle more on my thought process in terms of save your big hitters for the games that matter? Because I'm interested in them all, and as I said, nobody's wrong. I don't think this is the team Hecky will go with, but that's why it's what's your team. This is what my team is. I'd be interested to hear yours. So thanks again for all the support. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe, and I'll catch you up after the Tottenham game, whether we know in next round or not. But we'll be looking forward to Blackburn. Come on, you red and white wizards, up the blades. Ramble on.